So recently, the DEA tried to get cute and ban a harmless substance called Kratom, but the public told them to fuck off. And I have an update on that story here for you. So Huffington Post explains, when the DEA formally backed off plans last year to ban the herb Kratom, the agency announced it would accept input from the public to help determine how to proceed. Over the next 6 weeks, the proposed rule change received 23,232 comments, almost all of which opposed the move toward prohibition, according to new data released Thursday. The study, conducted by nonprofit groups, the American Kratom Association and the American Coalition of Free Citizens, found that 99.1% of all comments submitted expressed support for keeping Kratom legal. Only 113 out of 23,232 comments were in favor of the DEA banning Kratom. And by the way, I'm very curious as to how many of those 113 were paid for. So, yeah, this is the biggest no-brainer I've ever seen in my life. Now, for those of you who don't know what Kratom is, Kratom has a variety of uses. So Kratom is both a recreational substance. Kratom is, it's been used for people that have PTSD, and it's had tremendous results. It's been used for people with depression. It's had tremendous results. It's been used for people to break addiction habits. So people who are, for example, addicted to opiate pills, pain pills. And there's threats with that, because with opiate pills or opioids, it actually slows your breathing to the point where you can overdose. Kratom acts on the same receptors in the brain, but you can't overdose on it because you just throw it up if you have too much of it. So there are people who've said, Kratom saved my life, plain and simple. Now, how many people have overdosed on Kratom? 0. I just told you. If they have too much of it, they throw it up. There's been like 3 cases of people who had Kratom in their body mixed with like 4 other drugs, and then they, overdosed. But that, again, the other drugs could be the issue, because we know that Kratom, you throw it up if you have too much of it. So there are people who say, look, it saved my life. It's the only thing that works. Some people use it just for pain relief. So, and by the way, as I've described before on air for everybody, I use it recreationally. Why? I like it. It makes me feel good, and I can, it actually helps me focus in many respects. So I've had no problems with it. I've used it for years. No problems with it whatsoever. It's only been a benefit to me. So as somebody who uses it, I can tell you, all of the fear-mongering is nothing but fear-mongering. I have no doubt about that. You're talking to somebody who I've smoked marijuana. A large percentage of the time that I've had marijuana, I got paranoid, so it's just not my drug. But what I find interesting is you talk to people who like Kratom, and they take it for medical reasons or otherwise, or recreational reasons. They'll tell you, my experience with Kratom is what I hear other people say about marijuana. So people who use marijuana peacefully and have no problems and go about their life and they're not doing anything wrong, like what they feel when they have marijuana is the same thing I feel when I have Kratom. So there's nothing wrong with it, and the DEA banned it, but there was this huge backlash. And they're like, what did we say that? What we meant to say is, see, what had happened was the sun was in our eyes, and we said it, but it was too fast, and then now, so we're going to have a commenting period on it. 99.1% of the comments said, fuck off. This is good. This is positive. This has saved my life. This helped my sister. This did this. This did that. I use it all the time, and there's no problem with it. So keep your fucking hands off our Kratom, son. Keep your hands off our Kratom.